Yo, radio. ATF na meje musu. Radio, prof, unso meje usuf medawase so.
Okay.
Introduction kesi audio ama media no di. Yo, any anuma mo Ghana, any around the world. I think you may of Ghana nti me mama jo
Ejoso.
na me jidito obi ahụ ye. What journey your life here, I think it's a good thing. You want to get information and you see the next steps for you to do in terms of your dream or decision to pursue further studies, either master's, PhD, undergraduate, or qualified. So it's good to have you here on board, and we are going to just have a very good discussion and listen to you also answer your questions concerning scholarships, visas, anything. So just as you listen, you can note down your questions, and I do believe our honorable host will give you opportunity for you to bring your questions in.
Yeah.
So thank you once again for joining. By way of introduction, my name is Dennis Dankwa. I'm a Ghanaian. I'm in Canada. I'm in Montreal, and I'm a master's student at one of the best universities in Canada, McGill University.
Okay.
I'm reading resource engineering. And I'm also happy to be here also to share with you how to win scholarships and also how to come to Canada as a student. So,
My name is
along the line, as I stated earlier, you have any questions, you could let us know and we'll address it to you. If you have personal questions to send your kind of higher or some personal issues to maybe later on you can contact the host and we'll see how best we can help you. Okay, so to begin with, I'll say every program qualifies for scholarship. Every program qualifies for scholarship.
Okay.
So to you out there listening to us today, if you are listening, to share with your brother, your friend, encourage them to finish school with good grades. That is the first point I'll say. You would have to finish your undergraduate degree or your WASI you are about to write, or you have to finish with good grades. You should understand that scholarships are there, but not everybody can get it. So to be able to be one of the people who is going to win a scholarship, then you have to be like outstanding. You understand? Like say nipa bebree wɔ hɔ a ɛsɛ sɛ like udemufua. Like in Twi, I think that's the way to say it. Ɛsɛ sɛ
Yeah.
udemufua. So to be able to win a scholarship, you have to be outstanding. That is the first thing I'll say. The second thing is you have to plan. And yes, oh sorry, no, where we need. No, you have to plan. Oh, you've realized you want to go to school, but you don't have the money to fund your academics, as in your tuition and other stuff. Hence, the need for a scholarship. So then you have to prepare. You have to plan for it. You don't just get up and get it. No, it doesn't come that way. I used 2 years to win the scholarship I am on because I planned for it. I had got the opportunity to get other scholarships, but the amount was small for me and I wanted a better one. So I had to wait and let go of the ones I got earlier until this one came in. You understand? So I planned for it. It didn't just come.
Yeah.
All right. So I don't know how the host will do it. Should I just flow that way, or is
Yeah,
going to
you
make it a
flow.
question?
If I'm having question, I will chip in about the having patience for scholarship. Sometimes most people think it's like 3 months, then full scholarship. Someone will contact you and say, please, I need fully funded. I need it this year. No, it's not done that way. I remember my own, I used more than a year. My scholarship. I used more than a year. So it doesn't come easy as people assume. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think you
Yeah.
are right there.
Okay. So regarding scholarships and Canada, to be specific, as I've been asked to talk about Canada, so I'll restrict myself to Canada,
Okay.
though the knowledge is broad across the world. But let me just be specific with Canada. Okay. So with reference to Canada, there are scholarships for undergraduates, there are scholarships for masters, there are scholarships for PhD. And as I stated in the beginning, there are scholarships for almost every program. It is up to you, or it is left with you to find what scholarships will be good for your program, depending on your background. There are scholarships for the science, there are scholarships for engineering, scholarships for accounting, scholarship for business, all the programs you can think of. You understand? You just have to do the search yourself, and I think this is where people find the challenge. So I think that is why we are here, just to help you know how to search for your scholarship. Okay. So to be able to get a scholarship in Canada, let me start from the undergraduates, then I'll proceed to the masters, then to the final session. Okay. So for an undergraduate, you finish school with your WASI, and you want to travel abroad. Canadian scholarships for undergraduates are a lot, but it is often school specific or university specific. So there are some scholarships, we call them university specific scholarships.
Okay.
That is the name we give to those ones, university specific scholarships. Now you go to the university website. Let's say I want to attend University of Alberta. So you go to University of I am sure the last webinar, if you joined, you know how to search for schools.
Mm-hmm.
You go to Google, oh, let's say undergraduate programs in business in Canada. You can just put that sentence in Google. Undergraduate programs in business in Canada. Then you see a lot of schools that will come. Then you write these schools down in your diary. Let's say 10. You write them down. It is now your work to go to each school's website one by one to look at the type of business programs they are offering, whether that program is okay for you. And while trying to connect, my brother mentioned that once you see the program, you go to the financial aid section. So that is what we call university specific scholarships. These are scholarships given to all international students if you gain admission to the school. They state it right there. For undergraduates, we have entrance scholarships, which will be stated there if it is there. So let's say you go to one school, University of Alberta, you see the programs over there, you see one that you are interested in. Just take your time, read through the program. After that, go to financial aid or scholarship opportunities. It is on the school's website. You cannot say it's not there. It is there. You take your time, you look through it. You see that undergraduate scholarships have a lot of scholarships they've stated there for the undergraduates. Some that will help you come in. That the most common ones are the entrance scholarships. I know University of Toronto also have a lot of scholarships for the undergraduates. I'm just giving you some tips on some of the schools. If your WASI results are very good and you want to go for this program, they have scholarships for it. Not all the schools in Canada have the scholarships for the undergraduates, but the big schools in Canada, Toronto, Alberta, McGill, McMaster, Carleton, Calgary, University of Calgary, Lethbridge, all these schools have scholarships for undergraduate programs. Okay. If you're an undergraduate, but you must know that to be able to win those scholarships, your WASI results must be very good.
Mm-hmm.
Then one will ask, this we've heard of this English proficiency stuffs. Canadian schools, once you've schooled in Ghana and you have your results, they don't require those things from you. Okay. So just take your time, go to the website, look for the schools, find the program you want, and you see the available scholarships. So that is with reference to what I call university specific scholarships.
Okay.
So that is basically for undergraduates. But I know the majority of our listeners are probably they have their degrees already in Ghana and they want to move out because system is
Yeah.
so they want to come and study master's programs and the like. So with reference to master's scholarships, I would say there are some scholarships that you can only apply one when you're already in Canada and you are in the school. That is one. So, but don't let that discourage you. Two, there's also the university specific scholarships for master students. And this is the part I like so much. Okay. Now, when you go to any university's website, let's say McGill, Alberta, all the universities in Canada, if there is funding or scholarships for the master's program, you will see it right on the website. Just click any program that you want to apply to. They specify it over there. Graduate funding, graduate funding, graduate funding. Now, with reference to masters, mostly the graduate funding comes in a form of a scholarship on its own or a graduate assistantship. Now, graduate assistantships, we have two types. We have
Okay.
the teaching assistant and the research assistant. I'm fortunate to be doing both. I'm
Oh, I
doing both
see.
the teaching assistant, I'm doing both the research assistant at the same time, aside my grant from my professor. You understand?
Okay.
So there's this graduate assistantships. I would say comparing Canada and US has a lot of them. USA has a lot of graduate assistantships as
Yeah.
compared to Canada. But notwithstanding, Canada also has them. Okay. Let me just my brother said I should not share a lot here, so but I'll just give you some information. Let me use one school in Canada, for example. There's a school in Canada called Brock University. When you go to Brock University's website, their graduate programs, 90% is funded. If you go to the program's website, there's one program there like this called MA Geography.
Okay.
There's program there called MA Business, blah 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 like that. Those programs, just when you are reading through the program, you see they've written there. This program is funded per the duration of the program.
Mm-hmm.
What that means is that when you get admission to such a program, it will come with funding. It is
Okay.
stated clearly on the school's website. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So then it is you have to now look at the program, look at the eligibility, the requirements, and those things. Then you apply. If your grades are good, you get good recommendation letters, you put in a strong statement of purpose and everything. You get admission. And when you get admission, you see that your admission letter will come with the funding. It has
Okay.
been stated clearly on their website, Brock University.
Mm-hmm.
When you go to a school like York University, I'm telling you this because I've searched it and I found it. York University in Ontario, they have funding for courses like those in finance, accounting. They have different accounting programs, and all these programs come with funding if you get admission.
Okay.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
There's the same school. They have a program in communication studies, and this when you get admission, these programs come with funding. So the funding can be given to you mostly in the form of a graduate assistantship and a tuition waiver. That is how the funding comes. You understand?
Okay.
So these opportunities are there in majority of the schools in Canada. You just have to read and find what would be, let's say, applicable to you. You must know that there are a lot of scholarships, but you cannot be eligible for all.
Mm-hmm.
You can only be eligible per your background, your documents, and everything. So I always tell those in school, finish with good grades. That is point one. But don't take it that, oh, let's say I didn't finish with a good grade, so can't I get a scholarship? Scholarship being awarded does not only rely on your grades. Okay? It is how strategic you are, how you put in a good application. So that is the university specific scholarships for, let's say, master student. Now, with master student again, there is another section where we call research scholarships. Research scholarships. This is for students in all fields who want to partake in research studies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is for those who want to do research. Mostly when we say research, people think it's just for the science students only. No, there are people doing social work, but they are doing it as a research, and they have good scholarships. Communication studies, University of Ottawa in Canada here. When you get admission there, you get the opportunity to do research and you to come with funding. You understand? The schools I mentioned earlier, Brock University, their geography program. When you get admitted, you are going in to do a research. That is why they are funding you.
Mm-hmm.
It is I don't say Africa, but Ghana that hardly will you get your research funded. But overseas here, if you are doing a research program, it comes with funding. You cannot be doing a research program without funding. No.
Mhm.
So there's research specific scholarships. Now, for the research specific scholarships, there are some, as my brother mentioned, you have to send a cold email to the professor. This is particularly those in the sciences and engineering. But those in the other, let's say the humanities and arts field, those ones, a few require that you reach out to the professor, but the others may come with the admission that the professor is part of those who review the application. So when they look at your statement of purpose and you realize, oh, you are interested in research, you've stated in your statement, you've done this, and that. Let's say for your undergraduate, you did some small research for your final year project work. So you stated those things. So when they see your interest in that, they pass it along the professors, and the professors pick students whom they think they will be good for them for their research. That's for the arts people. But for the sciences and engineering, agriculture, and those stuffs, if you look at on the website, you look at the program you are interested in, you see that the school will state there that before you even apply, you have to reach out to a professor. I think this is where most people find it as a headache, but I'll just give you some tips and you realize this will be one of the simplest things to do. Okay. One, we all use social media, and if you want to be an academic or be in the learning field, the school fields, gain scholarship and those things, you have to use social media well also. So to start with, I'll say you can start with Twitter. Okay, the professors, they are on Twitter. They are there. They have their accounts over there. So on Twitter, you should some topics you should follow should be graduate studies. If you go to Twitter, it allows you to follow some specific topics. I've tuned my Twitter such that the feedback Twitter gives me on information is related to science, engineering, innovations, studies, graduate school, all those things. Yes. Tune your Twitter to that format and you realize you start getting stuff about school. You see people who are posting about scholarships, school. You see you'll be receiving such emails. Sort of not email, but you'll be receiving those things on your timeline. All right, that is one point. For the research specific scholarships, there are two types. We have the advertised and the non advertised. The advertised one, if you use, as I said, Twitter and LinkedIn, you see, oh, right, people will be posting. Professor so and so in this school is looking for students to join his lab for so and so research projects. That is what we call an advertised scholarship. The professor will post it that he wants students. So you want students who have this background, so and so. So if you see such and you have the background they are looking out for, you quickly have to look there. They often put the application, what you require to apply, they put it there. So you quickly have to uh, look at the eligibility, you have the background, the skills they're asking for, then you put out your application. That is let's say an advertised scholarship. And if you use LinkedIn and Twitter a lot, you see a lot of them. Our Nigerian brothers who are overseas, they post it a lot. You see it a lot. Oh, so and so professor in this school is looking for PhD student or a master student to join his lab to do so and so research. I'll tell you how I found my scholarship, and it was through this process. My scholarship was posted on Twitter that the government of Canada has funded some schools and they are doing some 24 projects geared towards net zero greenhouse gas emissions by 2050. Coming from an environmental science background, when I saw this tweet, I was happy. I bookmarked it. So I saved it down. Later on, I took my time, I looked at it, and I saw the 24 projects that the government wanted to fund or they had given funding for. And I could see the schools inside. So what did I do? I just saw McGill University. I saw that they've been given a project to handle, and I read, oh, this project is related to what I studied for my undergraduate in KNUST. So let me reach out to them. You will not see any contact over there. But then I came to McGill University School website. I saw that this project that they want to do to fall under this program in the school. Then I sent the graduate coordinator an email Oh, hello, sir. I came across this tweet on Twitter that your school has been given funds by the Canadian government to do this project. This is my background, and I'll appreciate if you connect me to the professor who is handling the project. The graduate coordinator quickly responded to my mail. Oh, yes, we have received funding and we are part of the one of the schools chosen for the 24 funded projects from the Canadian government. So this is the professor handling it. He gave me the professor's email. I wrote to the professor 2 days time. The professor replied me after a couple of Zoom meetings. Here I am sitting here today. You understand? So there is the section where you look out for uh, an advertised scholarship and a non-advertised scholarship. With reference to a non-advertised scholarship, what you have to do is to look out for what we call the cold emailing. Okay, you
Mm-hmm.
send in a cold email to a professor, and they are going to reply you. And definitely, what people often have challenges is getting responses from the professors. Okay, so I'm just going to give you people some tips on how to do that. One, you are in Ghana and you are sending an email to a professor that is in Canada. The first thing you should take note of is the time difference between Ghana and Canada. Professors here often check their emails in the morning between 8 and 10. Between 8 and 10. So even if you are supposed to send an email to a professor, that means you are supposed to send the email Ghanaian time. That's around between 12 and 2 p.m. I don't know if that makes sense. Because if you
Okay.
send your email within that time from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. in Ghana, the professor here will see the email between 8 in the morning and 10. So, as I stated, my professor, for example, when he comes to the lab early in the morning, the first thing he does is to check his emails, and he does that between 8 to 8:30. So, if you have sent your email within this time, you are definitely going to be part of the emails or he's going to look at. You understand? So
Mm-hmm.
that's the first thing. The timing you send the emails to the professors. Most people reach out to me, oh, I've sent cold emails and I'm not getting a response from the professors. You understand? So the timing, you have to, let me use myself as an example. Between 2020 and 2021, I have sent close to 40 cold emails. You would ask like, wow, like how do you do that? I take each school, I map out 3 professors from there that I want to work with them, and I draft 3 different emails for all of them. There's one thing you should know: the professors they share emails, like they share stuff because they are all in one department. A professor may see your email and say, "Oh, I cannot work with this student, but I know Professor so and so who can work with him, so let me forward it to him." So if you send the same type of draft or the same email to the professors in the schools, like they will see that like you are desperate, so sort of they may not respond to you. So when you are sending emails to the professors, you shouldn't be desperate. If you have the skills, you can state it clearly in the email. You have the skills out there and you want to work, you want to do research. You understand? If you don't have the skills and you are now coming to learn, there's also ways and strategies where you could go about your code emailing. Okay. So I'll just touch on some few tips. Let me add some few tips to the code emailing, then I'll end it at that section. So one, the first one, as I stated, is the timing, the time you send your code emails. Two, the second one, you should notice how you draft it. Your code email should have closely 3 to 4 paragraphs. Your first paragraph should talk about your introduction. I am so so and so. I've graduated from so so and so school. If you know your GPA is not good, don't add it. Okay, you don't need to add it if it is not good. But you can just be brief. My name is so so and so. I graduated from this school, and my undergraduate project was in so so and so. You add that. Then this is where the body of the code email is where I often tell people, let's say, for example, you want to come and join my lab, but you've not read anything about what I'm doing. How would you know what you can come and do or what you want to do or how best you can fit into my lab? So that is the aspect where I tell my people, every professor often have a website. Those who are doing lab works, they have websites. Those who don't have websites, they spell out what they are doing on the faculty profile. When you go to every school's admission profile, you will see the section where they said faculty. When you click on the faculty, the professors will come. Like you see their names, so and so, his name is there, he's working into this, his research interest is in this and that. So you have to take note of those things. And once the person is a professor, there's something we call Google Scholar or ResearchGate. When you put their name there, or even on LinkedIn, you will see the stuff they are doing and some publications they've done. So if you reach out to the professor, say, I'm just going to give a random example. Hello, Professor, so and so. This is my background. I'm from Ghana. I've worked in so and so. I looked on your school's profile or your website and I realized you are working in so and so projects. I am interested in this project because they align with my academic goals. I've seen your publication on so and so topic, and I find it that maybe we can do this way or do that way. I would appreciate if you have some time to talk to me over a video call so that we can discuss how best I can partake in the research you have ongoing or any new projects available. So when a professor sees such an email from, oh, this student is very keen to join my lab, the person has so and so skills, so let me give him a shot for an interview. You understand? So structuring your cold emails, those who are very interested in cold emails, maybe if you reach out later, I can give you some templates to guide you. As my brother said, I don't want to go into so much detail, so I'll just touch on the basis. And once you are sending a cold email to a professor, you have to add something we call your CV and your transcript. Now, you are coming into academia to pursue master's degree. One main thing you should have prepared done is your academic CV. Your academic CV varies slightly from your main CV that you often know, okay? The main CV has the order of your name, your contact information, you have your professional summary, then you have your work experience, your skills, you now put your education and those stuffs. But with reference to an academic CV, it switches the other way. That's why we call it academic CV. So with that one, your education rather comes first. After your name, your summary, what next should come should be your education. If you've engaged in research project before, you put those ones there. If you've been a teacher before, they want to be able to win those graduate assistantships where you are going to be a teaching assistant. If you've taught before, you have to put it there. So they look at those key things. Your academic CV should spell them out. Before your skills come, then your relevant work experience. So let's say you have an academic CV and you are applying for masters in science area, and let's say you have some random work experience in a field that is not connected to it. I'll advise you take that one off. So please look on Google, see templates of academic CVs. If you reach out to me, I can send you thousands. But just look on Google, just Google the academic CV, and you see a lot over there, and you can draft your CV that way. Because when sending the code email, the last sentence or last but one sentence you put there is attached are copies of my transcript and academic CV for your perusal, so that the professor in question will look at it. Oh, the person has these grades, the person has this and that. So that is one thing you also have to look at,
And
preparing a good academic CV for your applications. So you send the code emails out. Don't uh, don't say, oh, I've sent one code email, I didn't get a response, so I won't let's say send another one. No. For example, if you want to offer petroleum engineering, there are about 100 schools in Canada offering petroleum engineering, and all may require that you reach out to a professor. So you look at one, you write to the professor, you look at the other schools also. So in the end, you can map out, oh, I'll be writing to 5 or 6 professors in 4 or 5 different schools. Then you prepare your writings to them. You can let someone review your writing for you. English is a subject that no one can know everything. Even the professors don't know everything. So you can write, but maybe what you've drafted, there may be mistakes. Ask someone, show it to someone. Oh, this is what I've written. Like, is the grammar okay? You can use Grammarly to just check if the grammar is okay, because you don't expect to send an email to a professor and like brofona wachron nkwe. So what you say, you have to be like strategic. So when you are writing, in all your writings, whether your statement of purpose, your CV, and all those things, it has to be consistent. The English has to be good. You understand? Then I'll talk about. You can also use this ChatGPT software to help you draft your, let's say, your CV. Okay, you can copy your current CV into ChatGPT. Then you give it a command. Please convert my CV to an academic CV for a master's application. ChatGPT is going to prepare you a new CV with the information you've put into it, such that it will come out like an academic CV. You understand? So that is how you use this sort of softwares. You can draft your own personal code email to a professor, and you can put it in ChatGPT and say, "Oh, I am writing to this professor for a position in his lab for this program in this school. Can you please make, let's say, restructure my writing and make it better?" ChatGPT will take what you have written and remake it good for you. I don't know if that makes sense. You
Yeah.
understand? So you have to put these softwares also to use, but you have to use it wisely. Okay, so that it will use your own words and make, otherwise it will be like you've plagiarized and those things. And the whys, they do check those stuffs. Okay, so that is with reference to master scholarships. That is the advertised and non-advertised ones. Now there's a general scholarships where that one you don't need to write code emails and those things. I'll use one of those scholarships as an example to explain how to do its application, and I'll just talk a few about PhD. Then I'll bring my, should I say,
Okay.
my wrap
Okay.
to a close.
Before you proceed, I think let's pick about 5 questions based on what he has said so far. If you have questions before he proceed, yeah. So if you think you have any question, I'm picking only 5 people to request, and then I'll based on what he has said so far, not what he's here to say. Okay. Okay. So I have Mr. President. Let's hear you, Mr. Presido. Mr. Presido, okay, let me take combat. Comfy boat, yeah.
So I wanted to know more about the
Okay,
undergraduate. And I
hold on,
get
hold on, hold on.
similar, so I couldn't get more about it.
So, Mr. Presido, okay, since Mr. Presido is not talking, comfy boat, let me hear from you. Comfy
Okay,
boat.
thank you. So I was saying I wanted to know more about the undergraduate program. I have the diploma, so I think if I'm applying, I have to use the undergraduate if I'm correct. So, using the diploma, am I supposed to go for the undergraduate or what? And secondly, if I'm to use my transcripts, should I be using the code email or like can he go more about it on using the diploma to enter any of the universities? Thank you.
Okay, you are welcome. Yeah, I believe you've heard her.
Yeah, I heard her question. One, you have to first look at the requirements of the school. Not all universities will accept someone with a diploma degree. Then I want to give you, let's say, a personal advice. You should one thing you should know that you have a diploma already. Coming to university to do an undergraduate is a 4 years program, and if you have the resources to do 4 years program, that is okay. But you can also look at the options of taking on uh, other diploma, PGC or PGD, that's postgraduate diploma, postgraduate certificate programs in Canada over here, which are 1 year or 2 years programs where you can finish in time, start working, and other stuffs. But if you have the resources to come and pursue an undergraduate degree, that is okay. But the very first thing you have to do is to check the requirements of the school to know that, oh, my diploma, can it be accepted? So I'm going to show you how to do that. What you have to do is, let's say, take my school for example. If you want to come to McGill and you have a diploma and you want to know if you'll be accepted into the program, look at the program you want. The program's coordinator's email is there. Every school or every program you see on the school's website, there's something they call program coordinator. Shoot him an email. It won't do you any harm. They will respond to you. That's their work. Hello, Mr. So and so. I'm interested in this program in McGill University. I have I'm a graduate of a diploma program in Ghana, and these are my certificates. And I would appreciate if I know if I'm qualified for your program. Simple. They will respond
Okay.
to you. Oh, yes, you are qualified for our program, or no, you are not qualified for our program, but maybe these are the other programs we feel you are qualified for in our school. Simple.
Okay.
That is the
So
best way to handle that, because what I know is for undergraduates, they often take WASI, but this is a case where you are done with WASI and you have a diploma. You understand? So it won't do you any harm to just make a quick check with the school's graduate coordinator. Oh, I already have a WASI and I have a diploma, but I'm interested in undergraduate in your school in this program, and I would want your feedback. They will respond to you. That is their work. That is why they've taken that position, this coordinator or admission coordinator.
okay, Mauli, let's hear from you.
My question is about the graduate funding. There are instances where maybe you tried the scholarship and other ways of the funding and you couldn't get. I've been hearing of this funding institution also, the Empower Financing. I think I don't know whether the institution or company or what. How can I go about that one too? After maybe I've gained the admission, but I don't have any financial support on my own. How can I link that to the admission and how does it work?
Okay, Marley, thanks for your question. With reference to Empower, with Canada, Empower supports 23 schools, I mean 24. Empower supports 24 schools in Canada. The first thing you should ask yourself is the school you've got admission in, is it part of the Empower list? If it is part of the Empower list, that is a very good thing. But if it is not part of the list, then meaning that way, there's no way you can use Empower to fund yourself. Yeah. And currently, let me just update everybody. Empower, first they were providing tuition and living expenses. Now they've cut that. They're only providing tuition. So if you want to use the Empower, you should have that at the back of your mind. So once your school is part of that list and you've gained admission, just go to Empower's website. Everything is spelled out there. How to do the application. You just go to their website, you register with them, you submit your document, they take some financial documents also from you. And I can connect you to experts on those ones later. All right.
Okay, okay. So to see energy, let's hear from you.
Please, my question is, if you are SHS graduate, how easy can you apply, and is it easy for you to get a scholarship from there? That is my question that I am asking. Thank you.
Hello. I didn't get your question well. Hello. Can you repeat the question?
Please, I said my question is hello.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
speak,
can hear
speak.
you.
Yeah.
Okay. I said if you are if you are SHS graduate, like, and how easy can you apply, and is it easy for you to get a scholarship there? That is the question that I'm
Okay.
asking.
So
Like, maybe
SHS
if you're a
graduate,
senior high graduate,
senior
how
high
easy
school,
can you get? How
beginning my
easy can you
talk,
get a
I
scholarship?
mentioned that there are undergraduate scholarships in the schools. Okay, and it is just your duty to know which program you want. Look at the schools offering those programs. Look at their financial aid sections. If they are funding for the program or for the undergraduate program you are looking out for, it will be spelled out there. This program has so and so scholarships. For undergraduate, there are a lot of entrance scholarships that are available for undergrads, but some schools have enough funding for the whole undergraduate program. But if you are an undergraduate and you want specifically full funding, I would say target the top schools in Canada. That is McGill, University of Toronto, Alberta, University of Calgary, Carleton. target the big schools in Canada, McMaster, those we call some schools in Canada, we call them the top 15 schools or the under 15 schools. I'll give Professor the link to those schools, and he'll share it with you people on his page. Okay, so look out for that link from him. I'll give it to him after the live. These under 15 schools in Canada, they have funding for all the undergraduate programs. That is how they are in Canada here. We call them the under 15 schools. They are the top 15 schools in Canada, and they have funding for the undergraduate programs. Just that your WASI results must be like good, because you are competing with people from Asia, people from Europe, like they are all undergrads coming to do undergrad. So you are competing with those people for those scholarships. And believe me not, but they award these scholarships to those like Chinese people a lot, because they think they are smart. So you are from Ghana, you have to be super smart to win those scholarships. You understand? So I'll send the link of the under 15 schools to Profakwa. So after the live, he'll share it on his TikTok page. So please watch his TikTok page, and you'll see the link to those schools. If you have good grades from your WASI, just shoot your shot, my man. You get it.
Okay, okay. Okay, Paul Ahunto. Onwato ba Ghana. Paul Ahunto, let's hear from you.
Okay, thank you. Please, it's not Ahoto, it's Ahuto. Name.
Oh,
Me
okay,
me
okay.
hunto
Sorry for
hunto.
that.
Me hunto.
Okay.
Please, you said something about research assistant and others, and you also made mention of those in academia. What I understand to be academia is obi professor or call be lecturer na bibisa.
Oh,
If I don't know if I'm right.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
okay, we'll finish your question. When I mention academia, academia is basically you are coming to school. Like academia is school. Not necessarily say you becoming a professor. You know, Debbie. I'm doing a research program. That doesn't mean I want to be a professor. After my research program, I personally want to go into industry. So it is it's the two ways. But so if I mention academia, I'm just saying you want to come to school. Like you get it.
Okay, okay.
After finishing with the masters, what's the guarantee that one might get work to do? I mean,
I
going to
think for
industry.
that one,
That's
you have to go and then watch the previous video. Yeah, we answered those questions. So let me take Alaji Sule Salu Alaji Salu.
Please, my question is I have a general I did this general certificate in agriculture and mechanization in the college, and after that I did a distance course in general in Bachelor of Science in General Agriculture. So can I still use the certificate and apply for undergraduate in Canada?
But if I heard you right, you already have a bachelor. So why don't you come for a master's?
No. The reason is
When
that
when
like
when you are going to apply for visa, the visa officers call something career progression. Imagine you have a bachelor's and you are coming for another undergraduate. If you don't explain to the visa officer well why you have an undergraduate and you are coming for another undergraduate, like it doesn't make sense to them. So they tend to deny you, and they'll put in your refusal letter that purpose of visit. That is what it means. They don't see the progression you are making. Unless
Yeah.
you're able to justify that, oh, maybe I had agriculture, and let's say my course was theory, but I found a program in this school that is same agriculture, but it is practical, and I know I need the practical section. So unless you're able to explain that well, but to show you are growing, so career progression, like it doesn't really make sense if you have an undergraduate and you're coming for another undergraduate. So like, why can't you come for a master?
Um, can I apply for a different course in case the immigration officer asks me? Then I'll tell them like I want to explore in a different field
All right.
Cha-
to
You
just
see, one thing with Canada visa is you don't go for interview, so he's not going to ask you. You have to
yeah.
provide documents to prove everything you are going to say. So if we call something career switching, so let's say a nurse, let's say you finish school as a nurse, But after you finish school as a nurse, you didn't practice as a nurse, and you've been working, like, let's say, as an accountant. So you now want to come and study something in accounting. It makes sense. That's what we call a career switch. So if your career switch is based on, let's say, your work experience or your background and everything, it's valid. Is that okay?
Yeah. So Alaji, as he's saying, do what will make you comfortable. Don't go and complicate things. Just follow your academic path. Badu Nelson, let me take you shortly. Budu Nelson. Yeah. Budu Nelson. Okay, if Sky Chaco is ready.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hello.
So my question.
Okay, Budu Nelson.
Yeah,
I don't
hello,
know.
please. Good evening.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
evening.
yeah, please. My question is, you made mention that before you get a scholarship, you should have a good GPA. So I want to know the GPA range that can qualify one for attaining a scholarship.
Okay. With reference to your GPA for scholarships, I would say your grade should be, let's say, from second class upper going. If you convert Ghana second class upper to, let's say, uh, America or Canada, America's most schools are over 5. But if you are using the general scale of over 4, that means your GPA is above 3.0. But as I mentioned earlier, you winning a scholarship is not necessarily only based on your GPA. Okay, there are certain things people don't really take serious, like recommendation letters. Obronino, they believe in recommendation rough. Recommendation letters. Your recommendation letter should be on point. Your statement of purpose should be on point. Like those details. So it can be that your grade is not necessarily up to the level, but your other documents all check or tick the boxes, and you can win the scholarship.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
welcome. Sky Chaco.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, please. My question is,
Mm-hmm.
me, I'm having an APTEX certificate.
Yeah.
Can I also use to apply for the scholarship?
So as I mentioned, every scholarship has its criteria and eligibility. Okay, so
Yes,
with
sir.
NAPTEC, I don't know the type of program you want and the type of scholarship you are going for. If I know and it is part of it and it qualifies, fine. You understand. So as I said, the scholarships are there, but you have to read the eligibility to know, oh, I qualify for this scholarship or not. But with NAPTEC, I know your field is related to a bit training, this
The
technical and those stuff.
technical.
Technical, yes. Canada has technical programs in their schools also, especially they have a lot in the colleges. That's what I can say about that.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nyako.
Okay. Good evening.
Good evening.
My question is concerning a specific program like nursing. Are there schools that specifically give scholarship to nurses? Like, let's say there is a higher probability of getting a scholarship as a nursing student. Are there schools in Canada like that?
Okay, thank you very much for your question. Yes, as I said, there's research nursing and there's the general nursing, depending on what you want to do. If you want to win a scholarship, then you should be looking more at the research nursing, where you are coming to do nursing, but you'll be doing research related to nursing stuffs. I can give you one school, for example, Dalhousie University or Dalhousie University, however it's pronounced in Canada here. They have a Master of Nursing program where they require specifically that the person should be a nurse. You should be registered as a nurse, so you should have your nursing license. Secondly, you should have first class. You understand? So these opportunities are there, and once you have these two things, you are qualified to apply for the program. When you get admission, it comes with full funding. You are coming to do nursing research.
Okay.
Okay. The
Yeah.
Okay.
reason
So
is I had
schools in
second class
Canada
upper and I
related
wanted
to-
schools. Hello? Yeah.
yeah.
The
You
reason I
can.
asked this, I had second class upper in nursing. I'm now
Mhm.
almost done with my national service and I wanted to go in for masters in Canada, but I wanted schools that really give maybe there is a higher probability of you being selected for scholarship as a nurse. That's the reason I
Let me
asked.
just point you in the right direction. Look at University of Toronto, look at University of Alberta. These two schools, they have general programs in nursing. I know the Alberta one has a lot of funding. Like University of Alberta, like this, those in the health area, all their health courses or all their health related programs for masters are funded. So look at those areas. And you are a nursing that you did nursing for your undergrad doesn't necessarily come and do pure nursing. Nursing has related sections. Like I know there is a physiology, there is a palliative care. I know we have gerontology. Like it has different sections in the nursing whole thing. So look at the other health sections where you know, oh, I can get funding here. So don't specifically say I'm only waiting for me person be nursing penny be there be.
Okay. Felix IGP. Let's listen to you.
Okay, good evening.
Good evening.
Please, my question is a bit, I have a certificate in nursing, specifically midwifery. So, I want to know if it's a 3-year course, though, if I can get a scholarship, for it. I don't know. The certificate was named as herbal medicine, but it's purely what we study is purely connected to midwifery courses. I don't know if I can
Okay,
get a scholarship, and then
I
how
heard your question. I cannot specify, let's say, a specific scholarship where you qualify for. But what I can say is look at the schools you want to apply to, or what program do you want to do for your next level. It is the program you want to do. It is that will determine whether, oh, this program it has some scholarships, this one doesn't have. You understand? So I
No,
can't just
my
look at your
question is
certificate
not
and
scholarship specific. I just want to know if I can use that to apply for a school in Canada.
oh yes, you can use your certificate once it is you've gone through training and it's a school and you have the certificate. There are programs in Canada like experimental medicine, family medicine, and all those. Like everything you've studied has its continuing program where you can continue and apply for it.
Oh, okay. I just joined that. So this is my first time following. If there is a way I can follow up through or
Please watch
get
watch the
connected to.
previous programs. They are on Profaco's TikTok page. Watch the previous programs we've had, and you can start from there.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
How are you doing?
We are doing well.
Okay. I wanted to ask a question. My daughter is in the university, Winneba, level 200. So now I wanted to apply for a school for her in Canada. Please, how can I go about it?
Please watch the previous videos on how to apply school. It is on his TikTok page. Then from there you will know how to apply. Just advise your child to finish with good grades. As she is in Winneba University of that's UEU. No, UE University of Winneba. So yeah, so just let your kid finish school with good grades. That's the very first step that is needed. But you can watch the previous videos on how to do the application, and by the time she finishes, you will be ready to do it.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Please, are you answered, Ohima?
Yeah,
Hello.
she said she should finish. But what about if I don't want her to finish here? Or she can't go?
She can, but it's
Even then,
best
you have to
if
use
she finished.
her WASI to rather apply for her for an undergraduate program over here.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Born Great, let me listen to you. Born great. Okay, if it's not ready, question HR. Let's hear you.
Okay, boss, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Please, I completed University of Cape Coast and I offered educational psychology and I had a CGPA of 2.8. And I want to ask if I may get any scholarship from Canada or USA for that specific program or any related program.
I didn't hear your program well. You said what program did you?
Educational psychology in
Educational
English.
psychology
Yes,
in
please.
English.
Yeah.
All right. So psychology programs in Canada here are a lot. Just that most people don't know. People hardly apply for it. They have clinical psychology. They have social and social psychology. Like they have plenty. If you want to pursue the psychology area, just go search psychology masters in Canada, and most of those programs come with funding. Then, with your English, at the beginning of the show, I think I mentioned Brock University. Their program in English is funded if you get admission into it. So you have two options to go for English as a program for your master's or psychology for your master's. And the psychology, as I mentioned, there are different types. Clinical, what are human, there are many types of psychology. So you see courses like counseling, guidance, counseling, and psychology. Like those are the courses, and they come with some funding. So you please do check the schools.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
please, what about GPA?
You said?
The GPA is 2.8.
I said your GPA is 2.8. That's almost close to 3. So don't only focus on your GPA. The whole thing should be putting in a strong application.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Those who cannot request to go live, you can type your question under the message section and I'll try and then read it out. So question nature or born great. Let me listen to you and then we continue our live section. Okay, I think they are not ready. Okay, so you can now be summarizing the whole thing so that we get ready to bring
Okay.
it.
Okay. All right. So I'll just touch on a general scholarship. Then I'll just bring my talk to a close. So people, there are some scholarships which we call general scholarships. Across Europe, I know you may have heard of Chevening, Commonwealth, Mastercard, McCall, McBain, and the likes. These are what we call the general scholarships, where those ones, it's just general, you apply to them. One is currently open in my school, McGill University. So I'll just touch on that one. Then I'll just use to bring my report to a close. So with respect to the Mastercard scholarship in McGill University, if you want to apply for that one, you first have to, let's say, even with that one, you will not pay the application fees for the school admission. You just have to go to the Master's Card Scholarship website. The eligibility process is there. Okay, the criteria is stated clearly. Only some programs qualify. I know programs in food science, bioresource, agriculture, animal science. There are some about 11 programs that qualify for that scholarship. Go on the page, look at it. If you feel you qualify for it, you can now start your application quickly because they opened it, I think, early September. So you can quickly apply for the Master's Card scholarship. You can write to Master's Card that, oh, you're applying for their scholarship and you're applying for this program in McGill University and you don't have the application fee. They will pay the application fee for you. Then you do the application. The MasterCard, no, if your essay and your everything is good, it will be easy to. Last year, like this, my school, about 4 Ghanaians came on the Master's Card scholarship. They are all food science students. So please take a look at the Mastercard scholarship. It is open. Then for those looking out for PhD like this, definitely you need code emails to be able to get the professors because PhD you are coming to do like a research, something like that. And once you get here to, there are some PhD scholarships like the Vanier, the FRQ, like plenty in Canada here that you can apply once you are a master or a PhD student. So the aim is to get in. And once you get in, there are many other scholarships you can also apply to. I think with that, I'll bring my talk to a close if there are no further questions.
Okay, I think someone is asking a question here. She says, please answer me. What about those of us who studied general arts at SHS level?
Okay.
Yeah,
So you
if
are
I
an SHS graduate and you study general arts and you have your WASI. You should be looking at courses in the humanities and social sciences in the universities. You understand? These courses range between business, social work, economics, accounting. All these fall under the general arts. English as a course. There are plenty undergraduate courses in the general arts. It depends on what you want. So you find what you want. As I stated, I'll give Prof. Aqua the under 15 schools in Canada where those schools they fund undergraduates.
okay.
If you get admission to those schools, they will fund you.
Okay, another person is asking, please, can you recommend a school which offers procurement and supply chain management?
Okay, procurement and supply chain management is one aspect of business. Okay, the big universities they offer this course as business under the business programs, but when you go to the colleges offer it as a course, supply chain and logistics. The colleges have it as a course, but when you are talking about the universities, they have it under business, marketing, and those things. They have procurement and supply chain under it, but not as a course on its own.
Okay, and another person also says, okay, it says any courses on logistics.
I just mentioned that for logistics, supply chain, procurement, all those things, the universities don't offer it as single courses. It is under their business programs or their marketing programs. But when you go to the colleges, they have these ones as single courses. Conestoga, which college is offering supply chain? Holland College in Prince Edward Island. I know Conestoga in Toronto. Saskatchewan Polytechnic. Yes, that's in Saskatchewan. They are offering these courses as single courses. Like you see it over there. It is a single course, supply chain management, supply chain and logistics. Like those are there. So target the colleges if you are looking at these single courses. But if you want a university, then you have to apply to do business or marketing.
Okay, before we proceed, if you want one-on-one talk with him, you need to go and follow his page, his TikTok page. Give him a message. I don't know if you can mention your TikTok page to them. He's using different person TikTok account. So
Because
if
the
you can
TikTok
mention your
says I
own.
don't have 1,000 followers, I couldn't join the live with my account. So my account on TikTok is Dennis Dankwa. That's my name. You just type in my name, you see me there. I hardly use
Dennis
TikTok, so I
Dennis Dankwa.
just
Dennis
Dennis
Dankwa.
Dankwa.
Can you
Type
spell
in
for
me,
them?
yes. DENNIS, and my Dankwa is not the K, but DANKWA. DANKWA. So
Okay.
please follow me on TikTok so I get more followers.
Okay, yeah. So please try and follow him. Please, I studied education in accounting. Can you recommend a school in Canada?
Accounting. Please check York University. They have a lot of finance and accounting programs which has funding. So please check York University.
Okay. Another question. Please, I studied education in okay, I think we've answered that one. In accounting. Okay. Um, education and accounting. The same question. Some cheap schools with no deposit. I don't understand what that means.
When I see questions like this, I often don't want to answer because just take it that you are investing into your future and you don't want to put anything into it. Like I know someone who paid application fees for 6 different schools. When admission came out, he got 4 admissions, 3 with funding, and he had to flex the other school. Like you want to get somewhere. I know money is hard to come by, but at least save a bit to be able to invest into it. These schools all that you want to apply, they all have application fees.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And application fees too, you have to pay. If you are fortunate enough, you can write to the school that, oh, I'm applying to this and so program. Can they waive the application fee? Some universities will waive it for you, but the majority, no, you have to pay. So please stop the I can't pay application fee and this thing. You want to leave Ghana and you want to invest in your future, save some money for that. You use some, I don't want to say use money for other unnecessary things, but investing in academics, please save your money for that.
Okay, I have Atue Sean on the line. Let me hear from you.
I'm coming. Someone says he didn't get the spelling of Dennis correctly. It's Dennis.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Good evening. Good day, sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've heard enough on the scholarship page, but I have this little question. Um, do the scholarships have the opportunity to cover family to come with you to the country?
Okay. When you are awarded a scholarship, the scholarship is awarded to you. When you want to apply for visa and come with your family, that is when you have to show extra funds for the people you are coming with. But the
Okay.
scholarship will need or give you funding that the funding, the only the amounts. If the money will be enough for you and your family, that is up to you. But the scholarship won't say I'm giving you funding that is covering you and your family. No.
Okay. So now the onus is on the visa. Like you getting the visa to come for family to follow you to
Yes,
come.
so when you're applying for your visa, you can apply to come with your family, be it your husband and your kid or your husband only. RRCC
Okay.
says that aside you, the main applicant, any other extra person, if it's an adult, is 4,000 Canadian dollars. If it's a child, it's 3,000 Canadian dollars. So in a situation where, let's say, you're coming with your husband and a kid, you have to show, and you have a scholarship funding covering you, then you have to show extra 7,000 CAD for the people coming with you and their flight and travel expenses.
Oh, all right. All right. Okay. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, you are welcome. Okay, born great. Let me listen to you.
Um, uh, just before
Thank
Bongrace
you.
gets, I see a question here about data science.
Okay.
Data science is a field that is having a lot of scholarships. Please look at the US schools and Canada schools. Data science has a lot of funding. It is those IT, computer science stuffs. Sika Woho. So please don't mind your second class. Your second class is actually good at career science. So please look at the schools offering data science programs and you get funding. Watch out for the under 15 schools on ProfAquest page and check those schools.
Okay. Okay, born
Okay.
great. Let me listen to you.
Okay, thank you very much. Prince, I think I asked the question about the procurement and supply chain, and you said to get it, you have to go to the colleges. But as you are presenting, you said there are some schools, there are some courses they give scholarships. So I just want to know if with procurement and supply chain, they also give scholarship with that.
If you heard me correctly, as I stated, procurement and supply chain in the universities, it is not a single course. It is as part of a course like business. So there will be business course where some when you go to the university's page, their programs, you will see maybe three different business courses: international business, normal business, and let's say some business and logistics. So when you read it, you realize, oh, my procurement and supply chain is part of it. You understand? So if there's funding for it, then you qualify. But the colleges hardly have funding. But the colleges do these courses as on their own. It is a course, procurement and supply chain in this college. But the universities, they don't do it that way.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much.
Okay. So I'll
Obi said, Obi
pick.
said, please teach us easy way to apply and get visa.
The
I do visa applications, so maybe if you need those ones too, you can reach out. Maybe that person will talk backstage.
but bear in mind, visa application is not so easily as how you might see it. It's not that easily. You are sleeping, and then the white man will come and give the visa to you.
That
It
one will
requires a lot of
please give us easy
activities.
way to get visas.
Yeah. So you need to bear that in mind. I think so. Is a postgraduate diploma and also I don't know what that means.
That's PGD and PGC. PGD is, let's say you have a diploma, you want to come and do a postgraduate diploma. And PGC is also you have a diploma, you want to come and do, or undergraduate, and you want to come and do a postgraduate certificate. So these programs are often 1 year, 1.5 years in the colleges. Some universities also have PGC programs that you can also explore. So I don't know his question, but I think
There's
that
another
clears it.
question. Please, what about carpentry course schools? Do they offer scholarship opportunities?
Carpentry. I think I mentioned that there are some schools in Canada that do this vocational and technical programs. And I don't specifically know of the university doing that, but I know the colleges doing those courses. like it is vocational and technical. So there's carpentry, there's fashion design, and all those things. They are in the colleges, but I don't know a university doing carpentry where they will give you scholarship. No, please.
Okay, so I think we end here.
Yeah, yeah.
So make sure you follow him if you want one-on-one conversation with him. Follow his TikTok account, Dennis. You follow him and then you message him. Yeah, and we've created two groups. We have Canada schools, and then we have F1, which is the USA schools. So if you are not part of these groups, send an email. When you check my bio page, you will see my email there. Send me an email and then I'll give you the link. I'll get you the link. And all those who have sent me emails, I will try my best to respond, but just give me time because it's really plenty. And here aside school, we also do other things. So just give me time. So thank you for joining. But before you go, at least you can tap the screen to give us likes. Yeah, that's the only thing
So
you can do to
give us a
appreciate.
lot of like. I think we shared a lot of information for you today.
Yeah.
So more likely like yeah,
And don't forget to go and follow Dennis page. Dennis. Yeah, go and follow him so that you can have one-on-one conversation with him. So we will end here. Next week too, we will bring you another episode. Yeah, next week. So
All
thank
right.
you all for joining. I mean,
Thank
thank
you
you
all
all.
for
And then we
joining.
thank you, Dennis,
Good
too, for
evening.
having
Oh,
time to discuss this with us. We really appreciate.
oh, yeah. As many now, you're the prof. Host back up.
When they one day I need to share my story. Most people don't know my story, and I hardly share. I'm just waiting for the best day. Yeah,
Sure, sure,
yeah,
sure,
to
sure.
share my story. Yeah, because I think
Okay, people.
I had four US attempt and one UK. Yeah, it was not easy. Yeah, but I mean I'll share that later. So bye bye everyone. We thank you for joining. See you next week same time.
All right. Bye.